Our daily Bible reading for March the 4th. Our reading today comes from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 11. We'll be reading verses 20 through 33. As they passed by in the morning, they saw the fig tree withered away to its roots. And Peter remembered and said to him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered." And Jesus answered them, "Have faith in God. Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. And whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also, who is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses. But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father who is in heaven forgive your trespasses." And they came again to Jerusalem. And as he was walking in the temple, the chief priests and scribes, the elders, came to him. And they said to him, "By what authority are you doing these things? Or who gave you this authority to do them?" Jesus said to them, "I will ask you one question. Answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I do these things. Was the baptism of John from heaven or from man? Answer me." And they discussed it with one another, saying, "If we say from heaven, he will say, 'Why then did you not believe him?' But shall we say from man?" They were afraid of the people, for they all held that John really was a prophet. So they answered Jesus, "We do not know." And Jesus said to them, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things." Some thoughts for today. No doubt you will see on the news that there will be miracle stories that will come about in the world of sports competition. Those who believe in themselves in spite of overwhelming odds. Our society today is drawn to stories of those who climb seemingly unassailable mountains of trials and yet overcome. For sure, we believe with these champions as they scratch and claw. It bolsters our own confidence to think we too could be in that position. Jesus tells his disciples that they too can achieve whatever it is that they believe in. However, in this formula for success is the caveat of what their faith is to be launched from. It is their faith in God, not themselves, that will propel the desire for their hearts. This conversation is prompted by the withering of the fig tree and the observation of the disciples of this most unusual of miracles. In nearly all of the miracles of Jesus, the act he performs is for the benefit of those he touches. The extraordinary healings are those which bring health and life to those Jesus touches. The recipients are glad to have been touched by the Master. What is it that prompts Jesus to wield such unrelenting power against this seemingly helpless tree? One must go deep into spiritual imagery to find the answers here. It is not simple hunger at stake here, but a desire to show the disciples what Jesus also revealed in the parable of the talents shortly before this. We read in Matthew chapter 25, verse 24, "And the one also who had received the 1 talent came up and said, 'Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed.'" All who are born to this world will come under the judgment of God one day. The writer of the book of Hebrews in Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27 tells us, "Inasmuch as it is appointed for men to die once, and after this comes judgment." There is an expectation that God shall seek for fruits in our lives. The question is, will he find them? A question to consider this day. Do the expectations of God in your life cause you to act in a different way? And finally, a thought to meditate on today. When you consider that God is one who desires us to be holy and produce fruits in our lives, think about the life you are now living. And those are our thoughts for today, March the 4th.